Hi, my name is Bruce Whitfield. This is ECN 423 and Hwk 10. This is the VHDL for the finite state machine. Right here for the port, I have clock, reset, nickel, dime, quarter input, item remaining, and select input. Item purchase, change out, output, item IP counter, and mirror counter. Output, got the architecture here, created a state type from state 0 to state 60. Created a signal, current state, next state of state type. Got 4 temp signals, process here with clock and reset sensitivity list. Reset 1, current state will be equal to state 0 if clock event happens, and clock is equal to 1, current state is equal to next state. In that process, and we move on to the next process, you got current state, next state, nickel, dime, quarter select, and item remaining in the sensitivity list. Current state is when in state 0, if nickel's inserted, next state is state 5, and temp C out is 001. If and the 001 stands for 1 nickel. It goes in, it's binary encoded, and for every 1, that is a nickel. If dime is inserted, the next state is state 10, and temp C out is 010. If Q is inserted, if Q is if quarter is inserted, the next state is state 25 with C out of 101. Else next state is state 0 with an output of 000. When in state 5, if a nickel is inserted, next state is state 5 with an output of 001. Dime inserted, next state is state 10 with an output of 010. If quarter is inserted, next state is state 25 with an output of 101. If nothing's inserted, it's going to stay in that state. If the select is set to 1, then then the item purchase is set to 1, and that signifies what item is being purchased, which is gum. And then it sets the reset for the mirror counter to 1, which is the counter that counts the money entered items remaining. And then it's going to have else if nothing is, if it doesn't select anything, or if it selects something else, it doesn't have enough money for it, so no item is being purchased. And so when it's in state 10, pretty much the same thing happens. I mean, we're in state 10 instead of state 5, so it increases by 5 if you add a nickel, 10 if you add a dime, and 25 if you add a quarter. And the output for every single one of these, because this is that C out is tied to the counter that keeps track of the money entered, every time it's just signifying in this state when a nickel is inserted that it just signifies 1 nickel, 1 dime, 1 quarter. Every time. Okay? And so then when you're in state 10, if you want to buy a piece of gum, because gum is 5 cents, you can. But nothing is going to really change until you get to state 20. So when we're in state 20, we'll skip all this. When you're in state 20, well, okay, so when you're in state 20, if select is 1, it's going to purchase gum. If select is 2, it's going to purchase chips. Because, soda's 25 cents, we're only in state 20, we have 20 cents entered. Anything else selected, it's just going to, there's no item that's going to be purchased. When in state 25, if item 1 is selected, if item 4 is selected, which is binary coding for soda, the item purchase is set to 100, which stands for soda being purchased. And when you're in state 30, if a nickel's inserted, the next state is state 25, is state 5. If a dime is inserted, the next state is state 10. If a quarter is inserted, the next state is state 25. And if nothing's inserted, the next state is state 0. And if 1 is selected, the output will be 1. If 2 is selected, output will be 2. If 4 is selected, output will be 4. And pretty much continues this way through all the rest of the states. And that ends it for that VHDL. Thank you.